What's up, everybody? It is Friday, wherever you are in the world. It's 10 a.m. here on the West Coast, Best Coast. And we are going to talk and chat a little Bad Batch. So I think we're in episode 8, if I'm not mistaken. And this one is a gutbuster. What is up, everybody? Strike, Aiden, Jacob, Star Wars Simple Man, and Patrick. What is up, guys? So, yeah, I don't know who's seen what. I don't know if you guys are in it, but I'm going to make sure to put it on mute because I don't want the mouse to shut us down like they did the two Star Wars nerds not too long ago. So, I hope you guys are excited. It has been a busy week for good shows. We had some Loki. We had some Bad Batch. There's been awesome conversation going around. There's been Star Wars news about the Inquisitor show. There's stuff everywhere right now. So if you're not in it, if you're not picking it all up, we were talking about it the other night. We could talk about it some more here. There's some more talk about George Lucas coming back to Star Wars, which would be amazing. But I digress. We're here to talk about Bad Batch for the moment. So without any further ado, I'm going to do this the same way. I wish I had a ticker. I have not gotten there yet, but I will get a ticker going eventually so that we can watch at the same time. But basically, I'm going to give you guys a 30-second countdown, and then I'm just going to start the episode, and I'm looking for other stuff I haven't seen. I've watched it through twice now. I've got a edit going up for a video. As soon as this is over, I'm uploading, and I got a new video finally. I was a little inspired by this video or by this episode. So I'm going to give you guys a 30-second countdown, and when it hits 1, I'm going to push play, and we're going to watch. So here we go. Lick it. All right, guys. So we're in it, and we're going to get it through the intro, and then we'll figure out what's going on. If you haven't seen this yet and you're not watching, get out of here. Just go. Get out. Go watch the episode. Come back, and we'll probably still be chit-chatting. I don't know. We'll see how long this thing goes. So we just passed the Star Wars awesome intro logos, and we are jumping right into the episode. So I'm not going to skip the intro. I'm just going to let it play through and show us what it's going to show us. So, yeah, let's go. It's 10 a.m. here. Somewhere else in the world, it's later. So we pop into Kamino, and we see what looks like Crosshair and his new lovable band of misfits, his 3 lackeys, and goes in to talk to the Kaminoans and the current admiral stationed there to take care of everything with the clones and the cloning facility. Now, Crosshair comes in and tells everybody that they need to gather some troops and go because Clone Troop 99 has been reported on Bracca. So the commander says, go handle it, and Crosshair takes his new goons and some more squads of people, and they're on their way to Bracca. Now, this is kind of what we all expected. We jump back to Bracca, and we see that Wrecker is teaching Omega. You guys tell me how to say it. How to disarm bombs. So they're teaching her all kinds of things right now. They're teaching her weapons fire. They're teaching her munitions. Their tech is teaching her about the ships and how to do what he does. So really, they're really giving her the crash course. Not like the clones that are in the Kaminoan dorms that are learning. This is bigger. They're really giving her the crash course. Now, Wrecker puts her through the ringer right now, and basically arms a live bomb and tells her to disarm it. Wrecker realizes she's not going to do it in time or does it wrong and runs away. And he's really just playing with her. It's a smoke bomb. he really has her safety in mind first. He's not going to put her in danger. And he tells her that. You think I would really put you in harm's way with a live bomb? Come on, man. So, let's see. You guys. So, yeah. So Echo shows up and tells the kids, let's call him because Wrecker's just a big kid. Tells the kids, "Hey, it's time to go. Let's go inside. We got to go to the bridge." As they're walking away, Echo and Wrecker put their helmets on, and we see the Junkers from Braca eyeballing these guys from the corner. Now, they're not very smart because they let the glare from their binoculars be seen, and Echo and Wrecker both realize that they're there and are getting ready to make their moves. So that's one thing about these clones. I mean, normal clones will see all this stuff, but these guys are pretty much elite. They start running after the Wreckers or the Junkers. Wrecker tries to hold on to a ship, a little hovercraft, and gets carried away. But it's no big deal. So they're going to handle this. Everything's going to be great. And but they know they've been spotted. And that's no good. So they do shoot down the getaway vehicle for the Junkers, and they tie him up outside of the crashed, banged up Venator, the junk pile Venator. They have a conversation about, we should get out of here. And Hunter puts things out there saying, "Hey guys, listen, I know you guys want to get out of here. We should get out of here. But there's a lot of munitions in here. We could square our debt with Sid. Everything could go really well here. So I think it's worth it to stay, even though we know the Empire's on their way." They have a little argument, chit chat. But what's up? Strike is in the house. "Hey man, just so you know, I didn't put enough postage on your prize for the giveaway. So I'm sending it again. Don't fret, it's on its way. And Average, yours should be there today or by Monday. So keep your eyes out. They lost your guys's. They're just baseball cards, so they put them somewhere. And I went in there raising hell. And they're resending them. So Average, yours should be there end of the week this week, early next week. And Strike, I am resending yours because I didn't actually add enough postage to yours at all. They brought it back to me. So keeping that going, we see the kids going off to search for munitions, and Omega finds a box of mines, which is great. And then Wrecker sees proton bombs, and Wrecker loves weapons, bombs specifically. So he is very excited to see a wall full of proton bombs. Now, there is a lot of stuff in this Venator, and had the Empire not showed up, this would have been a huge score that they could have come back over and over and over and over again just to get weapons to sell to Sid. But of course, they ruined it and got seen by the Junkers. So Wrecker's super excited here. He is grabbing a proton bomb and giving it a big hug. I think that's the first one he's seen in a while. So Tech calls Omega back to the bridge. I think it's pretty awesome that everybody is giving her instruction. So Tech is really using her as an extended arm, basically, for him, saying, "Look, I need you to get in here and do this and that." And it's great because she is smart enough to know what's going on and wants to learn. So we cut back to a wide shot of the junkyard, and we see Omega stumbling into the bridge of the Venator. Tech's down there doing some repairs, trying to get some information out of the because I'm sure there's a whole bunch of tactical stuff in there, right? There's a whole bunch of clone tactical codes and all that stuff that the Empire is still using. So to get any of that stuff is just money, right? Especially if it's for Sid or for anybody else, that's just cheddar. So Omega goes to the console, looks over the wrecked shipyard, and asks Tech what the war was like. You know, she's never seen anything outside of what she's seen with them and Kamino for most of her life. So she really doesn't know anything other. Very curious young lad. So she sees a alarm going off, and Tech says, "Oh, that's just a proximity sensor. It's no big deal." Wrong. That's Crosshair and the Empire. See, got so excited I fell down. And that's Crosshair. And we see 3 ships worth of clone troopers and Crosshair and his new consigned army. So we go back to Kamino, cut back to Kamino, and Lama Su and the Prime Minister, they're having a conversation, and they're talking about Omega and how to get her back. Now, they're talking about bounty hunters and getting help, and that it seems like they've already sent one group of bounty hunters out there, and that now they're going to ask for more assistance. Now, that's a big deal. I'm cutting a video on that. We'll get to that later. So Hunter goes up to the bridge, and him, Tech, and Omega are on the bridge, and they see that it's Crosshair. Tech says he's going to jam communications, and we get this epic shot, very Vader-like, of Crosshair coming out with the clone troopers and his consignment troops. The consignment troops say the atmospheric disturbances is making it so I don't have anything, and Crosshair's like, no, that's just them jamming you. I know their tricks. So they send one group to look for their ship, and they're on their way, go look for their ship, and the rest of them follow him. So that's about 30 troops, my guess, give or take. So one set of troops gets in their ship and goes to look for the Bad Batch's Marauder. At this point, they are trying to get out, and they hear that they need to get the hell out of there. So they find the Bad Batch ship. They find the Clone Troop 99's ship, and are ordered to stay there and give a perimeter so that when they come back, they can catch them. Now, finally, Tech is able to break through to their communications and is able to hear where they're going. So they finally figure out that the Empire is in the hangar, and so they are going to go somewhere else. So Omega asks what they're going to do next if they're in the hangar, and Hunter says we're going to the auxiliary bay. So the guys go into the auxiliary bay and just trekking along, taking a look outside to see if there's something that they can figure out how to get out of here. But we do see these massive cannons. Wrecker continues to show us how uncomfortable he is with heights. All of a sudden, it's Empire troopers everywhere, and Crosshair is sitting there chatting with Hunter. Now, he did mention how Tech, like I said, he knows those guys. So he knew Tech was going to be monitoring that. So he ordered his troops to the hangar on the radio and then diverted to exactly where they were going to be. Crosshair's smarter than they think. They're not giving him enough credit, really. So Crosshair's got him. I mean, there's 20 troopers sitting there surrounding them, and Hunter's trying to talk Crosshair off a ledge. Omega tries to talk Crosshair off a ledge, and they deploy troops to surround them to get ready to blast them. Now, we see Tech and Echo are getting the cannons ready to fire. They're hoping the concussive wave is going to knock everybody out and bring down the ceiling so the Bad Batch can scurry away. So Omega is trying to, get through to Crosshair, and Crosshair, being he is just ruthless right now, tells his battalion or his squad to shoot Omega, to aim for the kid. He is ruthless, man. So the cannons go off. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody's shooting at everybody. And the ceiling is falling on all of the Empire troopers. Omega gets her bow out and starts blasting some people with that bow. The ceiling comes down on Crosshair, and everybody dives and ducks for cover. Now, we see Wrecker. He grabs a couple clone troopers and he just throws them out the window, grabs his proton bomb and the rest of the goodies, and makes his way down the hall. We do see a flamethrower coming at them, and then Wrecker just throws his proton bomb at him. I mean, wouldn't that thing have gone off? I'm just saying. I guess unless you activate him. So the guys are trying to find their way out. Wrecker still has this case of bombs he's toting around. He's adamant about it. So it looks like they're trying to get out of the exhaust port for the main engines. Now, that can't be a good idea. Let's be real. So, I feel you there. So Crosshair, being Crosshair again, figures out they're trying to go through the main ports, and tells his battalion, his troops, to fire on the engines. He is cold and ruthless, man, and has his troopers bring him a ship. Now, the Clone Force 99 are trying to get out through the exhaust port, and Crosshair just wants to light him up. There's no remorse, there's no sadness in those inhibitor chips. It's just ruthless, cutthroat. If they don't follow orders, they die. Crosshair is just ruthless, and his inhibitor chip is turned up to 10, so he is just no remorse, nothing. And again, if you guys haven't seen this yet, I recommend leaving, because I still get hyped. So the boys are trying to make their way out of the exhaust port, and Crosshair knows exactly where they're going to be. As soon as Tech pokes his head over the horizon, boom, there's a blaster bolt right there. Crosshair's dialing it in, so they decide to double back. We're going back up, and Crosshair has his guys, boom, prime that engine. And they do, and this blue light emerges from the engine bay. Just ruthless. The engine's starting to prime. The guys are in the exhaust. It's amazing. He's just rude. They wrote Crosshair to just be ruthless. Like, he shows these moments of remorse, but man, he is just cannot help himself. Old Ben Kenobi says this episode was insane. Dude, I totally agree with you. I totally agree. This episode was absolutely insane. Patrick says this was my favorite episode by far. I really like this episode. I wish they were longer. That's just me being greedy. I mean, what a good week for Star Wars. So the kids gather their mines that they were going to take to sell to Sid. And they decide the only way to get out of this engine bay alive is to basically blow up the cone so that it creates a hole. So Crosshair tells his goons to turn the engines on, fire them full blast. Wrecker hits the detonator. Pow. You see a circle of explosion, and all of a sudden the engine breaks in half. Now, really good idea, because then it takes the fire away from them and it puts it right out of to the clones that are out there. And really, Crosshair gets both barrels. Dude gets fried, and he's sitting there with the full power of the and fire and heat of that exhaust from that Venator engine, and he takes both barrels straight to the face. So he finally finds somewhere to hide a little bit, and he tells his goons to shut off the engine, and he collapses on a piece of metal right in front of him. And yeah, so he kind of screwed himself there by doing it that way. So the Bad Batch, everybody looks to be okay. They're still being hunted. The ships are surrounding them, and Hunter and Omega head for the Marauder, while the other guys, I'm sure, are not far behind. Now, the Empire troopers come over and get a med pack for Crosshair, and Crosshair tells them to get to the hangar. They call the clones in the hangar, and there's no answer. And this is where things get real juicy, guys. So again, if you haven't seen this, I recommend get out of here. Take yourself out of the room. But if you have seen it and you don't need to get out of here, here comes the juicy bits. Get ready. So Omega and Hunter show up to the hangar. The clones are out cold, and we see this pan up with this amazing Western music, and none other than mother effing Cad Bane, which is fantastic. He looks like a boss. Still has his little droid from when he robbed the Jedi Temple. I thought that dude exploded when he robbed the Jedi Temple. I thought he made him kablooey himself. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I totally agree. This is a tie. Here it comes. One much work. And the boy, Cad Bane. Now, Cad Bane is a boss. He looks dope here. The animation in this season, he's got some more battle scars. He just looks awesome. Has a conversation with Hunter. Now, again, I'm cutting a video about this exact subject, and I'm going to have some perspective on that. I don't want to give away the juicy bits here, but check out that video. I'm going to be dropping it today. But this is just an awesome scene. Hunter and Cad Bane, mano a mano, slap you in the face with a glove. Let's duel. Omega's sitting back watching. Get to this big, badass wide shot of the Marauder and these two. Everybody's reaching for their guns. And Cad Bane's a badass, sitting there with his toothpick in his mouth, nonchalant, just loosey-goosey. You see the cuts on his face. Pow! They draw. Yes, I need a Black Series of this Cad Bane. I totally agree. Now, he shoots Hunter right in the armor plate. Omega grabs her bow, goes to hit it, and Bane's droid denies that. Cad Bane pulls out his blaster, puts it on stun. Pow. She's out cold. Bounty just as good as collected. Cut back to Crosshair getting medevaced. He's got a respirator on. His lungs are probably burnt up from that engine firing right in his face. He's got one eye covered with patches. He looks like a mummy. His legs are scorched. Everything is burnt up. His arm is in a sling. He's got only one eye to see out of. It covered his whole head in gauze. And he says, "Where are they? Get to the hangar. Let's get him." All right. Doesn't even care that he's hurt. That's how powerful that inhibitor chip is. People, realize it. So then we get to Hunter. He's on the ground, and we're getting his first person perspective. Echo and Tech pick him up while it looks like Wrecker is laying down cover fire. Hunter gets thrown into the Marauder. He turns around and sees the guys firing back, closing the door, and the Marauder is Audi 5000. Now, they're like, where's Omega? Wrecker asks where Omega is, and Wrecker tells him that a bounty hunter took her. And that's it, boys and girls. Cut to black. Get emotional. Get excited. It's real shit. And they did it. Now, this is a big one for me, guys. I got to be real honest with you. This is a big episode for me. There's some stuff in this one that is huge. Implications are big, and this sets the stage for something amazing later. Again, I don't want to give away the meat and potatoes of what I'm putting out today. It's going to be out as soon as I get off of this stream. It will be up, and we will start uploading it. But this is a huge episode, man. Seed Cad Bane. We knew Cad Bane was out there. We knew he was doing stuff. Last time we saw him, he was stealing Jedi holocrons, I believe. Successfully, I might add. Successfully. But yes, he is a badass. He is a boss. Cad Bane is back. And I think it's kind of fitting that we see him in this episode. I mean, I don't know what you guys think. Please let me know in the chat. We're getting some chats in here. Such a good episode. A man like Cad Bane, Republic Commander Vizo. I mean, just Blue, what's up? So yeah, man. I mean, this episode was amazing. Cad Bane being in this episode at this time while the Empire is taking over and the Republic is no longer around, and just being able to move freely through the galaxy as freely as you can until the Empire starts putting those tolls out there and all that stuff. But yeah, this is a big deal. So again, I have a video coming out that's going to explain all the juiciness. It's got a lot to do with Cad Bane and why Cad Bane is there. We all know based on the episode who hired him, but this is a big thing. Hey, what's up, Knight of the Force? What's cracking? Got your power back? That's fantastic. It sucks that it went down for a little bit, but I hope you got it back on and you're doing well. Yeah, it's been a good day. Lots of Star Wars the last couple days. I did watch most of the AD edits stream last night that X-Wing was on. And I crashed out just before the episode started just because we had to get some sleepy time. Baby Yoda hug strike says Blue or Knight of the Force, aka. Yeah, so basically this is good stuff, man. We're looking to, I mean, this is setting us up for big stuff. Now the Bad Batch is on the hunt for Omega. Does that mean they got to go back to Kamino? Does that mean that they got to do a rescue mission? We're going to find out. I mean, Hunter's got to go, or Crosshair's got to go back to the lab and get fixed up because he's all burnt because he backfired his own plan, backfired literally in his face. And yeah, man, it's good stuff. I think that this episode is setting the stage for something awesome. These, you know, Clone Force 99 is obviously going to go on the hunt for Omega. They know where she's going. If they don't, they're foolish. They know that the Kaminoans want her back at some point. I saw a bit of the same here. I loved Bad Batch. I remember everything. It was my favorite episode so far. Yeah, it's fantastic, guys. Good episode. I love that, you know, we get to see the Venators and Crash Venators. These clones know Venators better than anything, so they should be able to get around it. I love that Crosshair is playing a game of chess when Hunter is playing a game of checkers. That is a real, I mean, he knows what his compadres are going to do. And so they're being predictable to him, thinking that they're being unpredictable. So they don't really know what to think now that Crosshair's playing these awesome games. Let's see. Patrick, what do you got to say? Patrick says, what if they have to return to Kamino and attempt to get Omega and it leads to the Kamino uprising? That, hey, I mean, a clone civil war would be kind of dope, but can that even happen? Inhibitor chips? I mean, inhibitor chips are kind of all powerful. We're seeing that all over, really. I mean, even Wrecker going bad just before they ripped his out. They're pretty powerful items, and they're definitely not to be trifled with. So unless they go to Kamino and start kidnapping clones one by one and just throwing them back in the mix, and that's a G14 classified stuff, maybe stealing some OG clone armor and not wear their Bad Batch armor, except for Wrecker. Maybe Wrecker's got to stay with the ship because he's a giant. But yeah, man, I would be all about a rescue mission back to Kamino. I think that is going to be in the mix very soon. We did get a list of episodes that are coming out. I try not to pay attention, but it's hard when you're watching all these other streams and everybody's talking about it. We did get a new Inquisitor show that's coming out that I am very excited about. There's also rumors about George Lucas coming back to Star Wars at an official capacity. We're not sure what that is going to be, but it is out there. Let's see what Blue has to say. And then they could do what they did with Battlefront and have Boba Fett work for the Empire. And then we get Cad Bane could be on Kamino. Well, at this point, Boba is still not necessarily a child, but Boba is not a grown clone yet. I mean, we just saw him in season 5 or 6, and he's still a kid. So we're not going to get that Boba Cad scene until probably Book of Boba, maybe in a flashback. I don't think we're going to get any part of that in the Clone Wars, just because I don't think he's old enough. I think he's still wearing little kid clone army. Kamino Uprising happens. Mad Phase 1 clones without inhibitor chips. Okay, cool. Dig it. In it. Yeah, I'm all about it. So yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to get that Cad Bane scene with Boba until a flashback of Book of Boba. If we get a live action Cad Bane, I think the world is going to just melt the internet down. That would be an awesome scene to see in live action, even if it's, young Boba with young armor, fresh armor. But see, and here's this, okay, Star Wars Simple Man says Cad Bane wasn't hired by the Kaminoans. Plot twist. Maybe. There's not many people that know about her, though, right? I mean, yes, the Empire does, Tarkin does, because she was around, but it could be, yeah. So Revenge of the Sith, Boba is 13 in Revenge of the Sith, right? And then we go exactly. So he's just a puppy right now. He's a teenager. He's not there yet. I'd say another 5 to 10 years, and we could get that scene in Boba's life. So let's see. It's got to be the Kaminoans. They're talking about one of many bounty hunters they hired. Right. So it seems like it's the Kaminoans. Now, I don't really think the Empire knows too much about her because she is so secretive. So it's got to be the Kaminoans. I don't think there's much going to be a plot twist there as much as there's going to be a huge effing surprise on Kamino. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know who it's going to be. I don't know what's what, but that is definitely in the formula. No doubt. They're going to get a big surprise. I don't know who it's going to be, but there's going to be somebody epic there to help or save the day. I'd like to see them meet at least. I mean, we may see a young Boba Fett in this Bad Batch. We may, whether that's because we're going to see Cad Bane get ambushed by Bossk and the Boba group on the way, because apparently there's an all call at this point because the Prime Minister said, we need everybody. Call in all the troops, basically. That's how I took it. We didn't just give this contract to one person anymore. It's open. And now the contract's open, so that's either with the guild or with just the underground syndicates. So let's see. I mean, Crosshair did try to kill her, so I don't think it's the Empire. Yeah, I mean, I think the Empire's trying to kill them all, not just her, not get her. He was all about killing her, you know. Let's see. I could see Boba and Cad meeting, but Boba loses. I mean, Boba's a puppy right now, so he's gonna get his butt kicked. He's not ready for a Cad Bane. He's still getting taught. He's not even there. I agree. Or see Fennec again if they don't use Boba and Bosk. Yeah, I mean, really, I would love to see a young Boba Fett. Don't deny yourself. I'd love to see them bring in somebody to play a young Boba. I don't see it. I mean, it's animated. I don't see it happening in animation. I think they're going to save that flashback for live action. I love being wrong. If I'm wrong, that means we got something better than what I anticipated, and I love that. But I don't think we're going to get to see Boba, and if we do, it's going to be Bosk and Boba trying to get the bounty, right? And not even realizing that that's his clone sister. Oh, that's his clone sister. If they're brothers, and he hates all other clones, that's what's even better. Boba hates the brothers. Boba hates the clones. I'm not one of you. I'm a legit clone. I'm a duplicate. I'm not a genetically altered. He looks down on those guys. So what if we find out? What if they have a conversation? I've been dying for this all season. I want to see a Boba and Omega together. I want to see them meet each other and not realize they are the same DNA, just with one different chromosome. That's it. That's what I want to see. I want to see those two get together and not even realize that they're the same person. A non-altered genetic clone. Perfect duplication, except one has an 2X chromosomes and one has an XY chromosome. That's what I want to see. I think me wanting each character to have a setup for OG. Yeah, I mean, of course, we all want to see the proper setup. It just depends on if they're going to give it to us. They look about the same age. Yeah, I mean, really, Boba and Omega are probably the same age. It would be even better if Omega was another Jango Fett unaltered clone, but just the female version. To me, that would be fire. If they've had this project going from day one, where they cloned Boba Fett, original duplication, they cloned Omega, original duplication, and kept her hidden away from everybody. That's some stuff I want to see. Yes. In my head, I have a weird image of Boba being this sort of Lord of the Flies kind of character. No, I mean, right now, Boba is bounty hunting. Boba's out there with Bosk and with all the other bounty hunters in that little group, learning how to bounty hunt, learning how to be the badass that he becomes, you know, whether that was Jango's decree when he, with his buddies in crime, that if anything happened to him, they were going to teach and take care of Boba, or whether Boba just become this certifiable badass all on his own. The Star Wars simple man in my head. Oh, no, that's what did that one already. Born at the same time, but she was hidden. Exactly. That's exactly where my head's at. The Republic Commando hints in this episode make me want to see Delta Squad in the Bad Batch as Imperial Commandos. That may happen. That very well may happen, Strike. There's a lot of wiggle room. This is the halfway point, ladies and gentlemen. We still got a whole another 8 weeks to go. So strap in, get ready. This is not over, and it is going to get better and better. I don't think they're going to line us up for original trilogy. I think they're going to line us up for Boba, Kenobi, Ahsoka, Andor, Inquisitors. You know, if Star Wars is being smart right now, which I hope they are, I hope they're trying to set themselves up the way that Marvel is doing it, because the Marvel people are just smashing it. Just smashing it. all of these shows that Marvel's releasing one after another is their next phase. Star Wars needs to get on that same page, and I hope now that with Dave Filoni at the helm of the story department that we're finally going to get a driver with some direction. So, yeah, I would like to see Dave Filoni line these up to introduce Kenobi, to introduce all of that stuff that's coming out, because they could have something amazing coming in the works in a couple years. I mean, if I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. 2021 is the year of Marvel. Marvel owns 2021. If Star Wars does it right, Star Wars could own 2022, no problem. You're talking about the releases could be amazing, and they could set it up every 3 months. So they're releasing new content every time something old ends. They give you a 2-week break, and boom, they're into the next series. Look what Marvel's doing. What did they do? WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki, right? Boom, one after another. Wait a couple weeks. Boom, one after another. Dunskies. If Star Wars does it right in January, they could smash the whole year. Getting into Star Wars Celebration, releasing these shows, telling us what's on the docket for 2023. They could smash it. But they got to get their stuff together. And I think now that Dave Filoni's at the helm, I think that could be a legit process. So let's see what Blue has to say. Blue says they managed to take good movies one after another and drop the ball. Sometimes they have a scene like all the films, and their shows can be slow, but they have a vision, and yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got drops the ball. If Kenobi is awesome, as we hope, Star Wars is completely back, baby. Yeah. Look, man, Bad Batch is going to finish out, and maybe we'll get another Kenobi scene. Probably not. Maybe a Vader scene looking for Kenobi that cuts into what's coming. I don't know. But what I do know is that if they do it right, they could own the entire year in 2022. When Celebration comes back in 2022, they could be halfway through their 4 to 5 show release and just smash shit. But again, that just depends on what they're going to do. So, yeah, guys, I got a couple other things that are going on, but basically this show continues to bring fire. It's really fan servicing the fans. It's really giving us what we want. And I'm digging it. I'm getting behind it. So this is huge. There's a lot of projects in the works. We've got a lot of things going on. We're real proud of the homies for getting X-Wing up to his 500 subscriber. But yeah, man, it's been a good week of Star Wars. Inquisitor show got dropped, so we're hearing about that. Yeah, just a good week of Star Wars. Let's see. I think I've said it before. I really think this show is full steam ahead now. No slow moments anymore. No, I don't think so. I think if there's going to be slow moments, they're going to be packed with information. Just thought of something. What if this is all set up for the return of George Lucas, all leads to his sequel trilogy? No, they're not going to retcon. They're not going to redo the trilogy. They're done. Everything they're doing now is connective tissue to get you to that point, to make that shit make sense. That's kind of what I see going on with Mandalorian and Ahsoka and Kenobi and all this other stuff. They're just trying to make shit make sense because they have to. They're not going to redo a $1 billion trilogy again. Yeah, shout out to the commander. Patrick agreed. It's all steams ahead. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, I think everybody agrees with you. Everybody would want it a different way. At this point, it is what it is. There's no going back. What's done is done. Now we need to just focus on the fact that hopefully Star Wars is going to be giving us good content and they're not going to screw the pooch again. But hopefully they're going to be giving us some bitchin' games. So hopefully we're going to get some awesome games coming out. Fallen Order 2, Battlefront 3, KOTOR remake. That's the remake I want to see. Forget about the trilogy. Forget about the sequels. Just forget about it. I want to see some KOTOR remake in VR. That's the shit I want to see. Let's see. It has Mando gave us hope and season 7 of Clone Wars. Yeah, I mean, they're giving us a ton of hope, but they're interconnecting everything, you know. Mando is giving us, you know, Luke Skywalker and Grogu and the Force and Mandalorians. I mean, we're getting some stuff that we didn't get a lot of before, you know, in the sequels. I didn't see a single Mandalorian in the sequels, but I don't think we will. I don't think we're gonna get any kind of recon. I think they're just kind of trying to connective tissue this stuff. But yeah, for me, the stuff I want to see is I want to see some new games. I want to see some video games. I want to see what's coming down the pipe. I want some KOTOR. I want some new Fallen Order. I want some multiplayer Fallen Order is what I want. I want some of that Jedi training in Fallen Order 2. I want to see some more of that stuff. But yeah, man, I think a lot of it is, you know, and I agree here, guys. I'm so hyped for the future of Star Wars. I wouldn't be here in the middle of a day on a Friday talking about Star Wars with you guys if I wasn't hyped, right? And this particular episode got me hyped. So yeah, man, it's awesome. I can't wait to get more subscribers. Tell your friends to jump in here. Tell all your squadron folks to get in here and get subbed and get on the Discord because there are big things coming for you guys. I can't really explain, but there's big stuff coming from this channel. There's big stuff coming on the way. I'm hoping to get started on some of this stuff soon. There's big giveaways. Like I said, once we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're giving away some stuff. Really, and not just some little stuff like cards and like, you know, comics and stuff like that. That stuff is always going to be out there for our giveaways, but the big giveaway is coming and I want you guys to get us there because that shit is going to be bananas. And that's the kind of stuff I want to do. I want to give you guys stuff that you may not be able to get access to, right? That's what I'm trying to do. I want more. I want to give more. More. I want more.
What is thy bidding, my master?
Moments like the introduction of Boba in Mando or Cad Bane in Bad Batch just feels like Star Wars. Yes. That's exactly it. Yes. It feels like Star Wars again. And I don't know if that's because we're getting old characters and we miss those old characters in the sequels. I understand you have to give us a little bit of the old with the new, but I'm not gonna shit on any trilogy at all. I'm a fan of all of it. It doesn't really offend me. The only offense I take is the lack of respect for the content by the people that were in charge at the top at the time. That's it. Those are the people I'm going to be mad at. I'm not going to be mad at, you know, Filoni, Favreau, Lucas, any of the Bobs. You know, those are the guys that I'm pissed at. The Bobs and the KKs and the people that were at the top. Those are the people that I am disappointed with. I'm not disappointed with the content. We got content. It's not always what we want, but it is what we got. And it's still Star Wars. It may not be your Star Wars, but it's still Star Star Wars. So get over yourselves, people. Stop complaining about prequels and sequels. Just enjoy the content. And thank the maker for giving it to us, as 3PO would say. Thank the maker. Thank Mr. Lucas for just allowing this content and the fact that this stuff is here. That's what we need to do. We need to stop this bickering. Who's better? It's all good. Even the Solos and the Rogue Ones. It's all good. Okay, maybe not Resistance. Maybe not Resistance. The only work of Dave Filoni's I'm not really a fan of is Resistance. So yeah, guys. Man, I don't know. I'm going to let it run out the clock at 10 minutes, 10 more minutes. So if any of you guys want to jump in, let me know. I'll send you a link. But yeah, man, I think that this felt like Star Wars. This episode reminded me of a lot of the old Clone Wars stuff. I love it. You know, the older stuff with Cad Bane and Zero the Hutt and all that stuff. This reminds me of George's original couple stories with Clone Wars, and that takes me back, and I love it. So I love it. I love that you guys are here. I'm excited to be doing this stuff. There's been 6 or 7 of us in here consistently. That's great. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I think that this is good stuff, and we should all be happy that we're getting Star Wars right now. That's what I'm saying. So Strike, I believe I'm sending you a link. But yeah, I think that everybody should be happy. It's Star Wars, man. We're getting Star Wars again. So, okay. There's Strike. Blue, send me a chat in the Discord. Send me a private chat in the Discord. And I can send you a link. So yeah, guys, anybody who wants to jump in? I know X-Wing's at work. I'm sure 2 Star Wars nerds is super busy. They have a little person running around, and we have Strike joining us. What up, dog?
Hey, what's up?
What's up? How's Germany?
Oh, it's good. It's very hot. It's
Yeah.
Mustafar like.
Here as well. Actually, this is probably one of the mellower days in the upper 90s. So we're with you. We just don't have humidity. Yeah, Pat, like anybody hit me up on the Discord chat and I will send you the invite link. Come on in and join us for the last 10 plus minutes or so. Yeah, dude. So what'd you think?
Amazing. Like, yeah, just amazing. Definitely a tie between this episode and the last episode.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Rex was, we all knew it was coming. Right. So we all knew Rex was on the way at some point. We'd all seen that photo that everybody sees. But yeah, man, seeing Cad Bane, like what, that's not what, no one expected it.
Yeah, exactly. Like
there was no
I
chatter.
didn't expect it. Yeah, no.
It was amazing. Like what a great place to put him. What a great place.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally got to change this background. Hold on. Yeah. I mean, what a great place to put him. I still had the boomers from last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what a great place to put him.
Right.
I mean, no one expected it. There was no chatter on it. No one expected it. And he comes in, takes out a little squadron of clones, and we get to see some awesome gun battle. I mean, just epic. All right, so we got Patrick and we got Blue joining us. Hey guys, what'd you think?
No, it was great.
Hello there.
I was up at like 1 a.m. and it was like maybe 1:20 when I saw Cad Bane step out of the shuttle, and I was yelling way too loud for 1 a.m. I mean, I was watching the 80 edits reaction at the same time, and I was on par with T-Money. I was like freaking out, jumping around in my chair. That was my favorite moment in the show so far, I think.
Blue,
Yo,
what'd you think?
I loved it. My favorite episode so far. But my favorite bit, it's quite silly, is just when Omega just crawled under to get out. When they all went over the top, and she just crawled.
Oh yeah, smart girl.
Yeah, we were just discussing before you guys got here. I mean, there was we saw the chatter for Rex. I think everybody was excited for Rex to be in the mix, and then nobody saw Cad Bane coming. Not one person in the community in any stream anywhere was like, "Oh yeah, we're going to see Cad Bane."
Yeah. I mean, we knew Rex was coming, so it was kind of like, okay, yeah, there's Rex. Kind of expected it. But when you have a character like that thrown at you that you have absolutely zero clue about, it's just 10 times better than anything.
Yeah, dude, it was huge. Like I said, I'm throwing a video out. I was cutting it just before I got in here. I didn't want to try to upload while streaming. That's never a good combination. But I'm going to drop it right after this, and that's exactly what it's about. For me, this is foreshadowing at its best.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely agree.
Like I said, I think that's why some people are we're going to see the Boba Cad Bane interaction. We're not going to get that for a while. In my opinion, if we get that, it's going to be a flashback in Book of Boba.
Yeah, I don't think it'll happen. If it does happen, it's going to be in a while. But I noticed T Money kind of said it last night on the 80 thing. It's kind of like with this episode, they took that deleted scene between Bane and Boba, and they just replaced Boba with Hunter. So it kind of seemed like that's how they gave us that scene. They just substituted a character.
Right, and also the entire standoff is shorter than the deleted scene. Like it has less cuts than the version in the scrap Clone Wars arc. So yeah, could definitely be like a foreshadowing and build up for you can't beat Cad Bane in a one-on-one, but
well, I think that's maybe. I think. And like I said, I don't think we're going to see it here. I think this is Filoni setting us up for Book of Boba. I think this is him playing chess, and he's playing a long game. He's not playing the short game. What up, X-Wing?
X-Wing.
But yeah, man, I think that this is more set up for Book of Boba to get that flashback, to get that scene. Because I think we're going to get that scene. If I had to put money on it, I think this is Dave setting us up for that scene.
Yeah. And honestly, one of the reasons why the entry of Cad Bane is so brilliant in totally catching us off guard is, they have implemented I lost her name, bounty hunter, Fennec, yeah, right. Completely went out of my head right now. Yeah, they introduced Fennec, so at least me at first I was like, oh, okay, so Fennec seemed to have made it and found out where they are, and then you hear the voice and you're, wait, it cannot be, and then it's just Cad Bane standing there
yeah,
boy.
I had the same thing. I thought it was Fennec when I saw the bodies, and then I can't remember why. I don't remember what my reasoning was behind it, but for this shortest second when I saw Bane's feet, or I just saw the feet walking out the shuttle, I thought Bosk for a slight second, but no. And then they revealed Bane. And
as soon as they started playing the music, I was like,
oh yeah, you're West theme.
There's only two gunslingers in the West, right?
Yeah.
That's it. There's only two gunslingers in the Star Wars universe that are worth mentioning: Boba Fett and Cad Bane. And discussing anybody else is fruitful, or is just frivolous. I'm sorry, right?
Yeah.
X-Wing, Cad Babe, live action for Book of Boba. I agree. Totally agree.
Cad Babe.
Cad Babe. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think a live action. Shit. At this point, Cad Bane's going to be a good 20 years older than Boba, maybe. So old man Bane versus old man Boba. That's why I think I kind of like to see, Cad Bane at his peak. And
Yeah,
Boba
right.
just rising up to take the mantle, because right now, Jango's dead. Cad Bane's the most ruthless bounty hunter in the galaxy right now. Right? Everybody knows him. Everybody's afraid of him. End of story.
Yeah.
But then you get an 18-year-old Boba that shows up to take the mantle of most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy. That's an interaction I think they got to show us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's going to
definitely.
be something else. That's going to top this entrance of Bane if we see him in live action. By
Yeah.
far.
Well, I mean, he looked all battle scarred. You know, he had
yeah.
more cuts on his nose, and like they
Yeah.
really like the animation this time was so rad.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know,
And the new outfit, which is it kind of looks like his first outfit, but I mean he lost it back in some season, but now it looks very similar to his first ones, just even more decked out.
when he doesn't seem bulky, right? He seems like trim and comfortable, right? It just seemed like he was always wearing what armor he could get his hands on. Same thing with the hats. Oh, I like this hat. You know.
And did you notice he wasn't like even like normally like you would like have the hand like open to like quick draw. He was not even doing. He was like at
Just
like at
resting
his
on his
side.
chest.
So
All right.
technically it took him even longer than it would have Hunter to raise the gun, but he still.
Well,
Yeah.
and here's and I'm gonna give it to us 7 people here, but that's gonna be the end of this video coming up. Is like I was saying, I think this is a prelude to the Boba Cad Bane showdown, and where we see the bolt in the head. Because if you notice, he shot him in the chest, right?
Mm.
And like you said, I think the line he said that was so important is, I've killed so many clones, and if you know one, you know them all. Right? That is setting the stage right there. That is overconfidence, right? Like, yeah, you know the clones. Boba's not a clone. I mean, yeah, he's a clone, but he's not one of these
But he's
clones.
different.
Right?
Yeah.
He's different, right? And maybe there's a law of diminishing returns in the clones as far as timing and accuracy and all this other stuff that only a full genetic duplication has the right reflexes, right? And I think that Cad Bane knows I can beat any clone soldier in a one-on-one duel, and that's why he's so arrogant. He doesn't even need his hand on it, on his gun, and Hunter had his hand on his gun. So let's go. Tell us, Spike. Tell us, Strike.
Something that just came to my mind. Like, remember when Boba and Bo meet for the first time, and Bo-Katan is like, "Yeah, I've heard your voice like thousands of times," and he's like, "Yeah, mine might be the last one you hear." Like, imagine this is kind of like a sentence that he might have used on Cad Bane. Like, Cad, yeah, I know how to kill all of you, and like.
I know how to kill one of you. I know how to kill all of you.
Are you sure you gotta be able to kill me? Yeah, right.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's how many moves ahead Dave Filoni is thinking.
Yeah,
right. It's not just one move.
100%. Yeah,
right. Dave's like, all right. The fans want to see this. He knows it. He animated. He wrote it. The fans want to see it, and Dave is all about giving fans what they want if he can.
Yeah.
If he can write it in, he wants you to have it. Look at Bad Batch. Look at season 7 of Clone Wars. Like this is the stuff he knows we need it, and he knows the fans need this. So I think this is going to be one of the bigger surprises in Boba Fett, Book of Boba. I think that's going to be one of the big surprises. We're going to get a live action Cad Bane. We're going to get that duel. We're going to watch Boba take one to the head, but because it's not clone armor, and that's the difference. It's not clone armor. That's Beskar, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Didn't think of that. Overestimating. Oh, you're just another clone. I've killed 1,000 of you. Yeah. Not like me.
Yeah.
This may be
And
the
Boba
last
might-
time you hear this voice.
Yeah. And Boba might be a quick shot as well.
Well, I mean, different blaster style, right?
Yeah.
Different. I mean, really just a whole different guide. Clones were trained to be a certain way, to draw a certain way, to shoot a certain way, to aim a certain place. Boba was trained by the best bounty hunters in the business.
Yeah. And that's a good point. I think I saw it in the comments on Fear's live stream when I watched it like a second or third time. And I remember someone commented like, yeah, well, normal clone troopers aren't like trained to quick draw. They're supposed to already have their blaster in their hand. So Hunter was already at a disadvantage simply because he's not used to this one-on-one style combat, or this I guess honorable style of combat.
Yeah. We also.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, we haven't seen. I mean, I don't know. we don't really see much of Hunter, or haven't seen much of like solo work they've done. Like they're always operating as a team. So how well do they function on their own? If you were to put Wrecker or Hunter or Tech out on their own, how well do they do?
Well, and and the sharpshooter is shooting against them.
Yeah, they don't have their good shot anymore.
The guy who probably has the best draw is sitting on the other team right now. You know? But yeah, I mean, on top of that, they're not trained to draw, right? They're trained, oh, well, you're in a battalion, everybody's got their guns in the same position. You know, and mainly that's their sidearm. Normally they got a blaster. That's just, you know, normally a sidearm. But yeah, I mean, he was at a total disadvantage. Cad Bane even let him put his hand over his weapon while his was still almost tucked in his pocket.
He was just chilling. Honestly, like it was so easy.
Didn't even take the toothpick out. Hunter was trying to get a proper shot. Yep. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Good point.
that's perfect. But that's a gunslinger. Gunslingers shoot from the hip, where he was trying to be a clone, right? And that's something Boba's not gonna do. Boba's not gonna be a clone that plays by the rules. Boba's gonna be trying to shoot you with the left gun while you're looking at the right gun. You know, I mean, he's a slick fish. He's not the typical clone. So yeah, I love that. I hope these guys are, like I said, I hope Filoni's playing some chess.
Oh, you know,
this in live action, casting a Cad Bane secretly like they did here, right? Because no one knew this was coming. I don't know. Didn't hear one news scooper say we're going to see Cad Bane.
gosh, no.
And I think that was the biggest twist we could have seen. We knew somebody was going to get Omega at some point.
Right. But we were probably more thinking about Boba because of Book of Boba Fett.
Or Finnick or Bosk, because those are the people we expected to see. And they brought in the
Last one we expect.
the ace of spades, man. They brought in the big gun, the most feared bounty hunter, the best bounty hunter, you know, and he didn't even take out any of his fun tools. He did it with a blaster.
Yep.
Right in front of you from the hip. Say goodnight. I love the Western music that they used. It felt very, Doc Holliday, Billy the Kid, you know, Wyatt Earp. It felt very
Eastwood,
Western.
spaghetti Western. Yeah,
dude, it felt great, man. Really, really awesome. I think they're setting up. I think that's the biggest Easter egg here. They could have shown me a Jedi in the background. I'd have been like,
yeah.
No,
Show me.
You know, I'm good. I'm watching Cad Bane right now. Okay.
Show me Cal Kestis's pod flashing through the light in the background. I'm like, there's a shootout going on over here. We're good. Forget about it. Yeah, man, I'm pumped. I'm bummed that we left Braca without seeing an escape pod, but maybe we'll come back later again when we need to remove more inhibitor chips. But that would have been the only thing on Braca that I think would have made me blow my mind more. And I'm with you, Strike. I'm totally with you. Patrick, I couldn't watch it at night. I realized this when Luke came out in Mandalorian. I'm not allowed to watch these shows before the rest of the house is awake. Because when Luke came out, I literally lost my goddamn mind. I paused it. I went and changed cloaks. Out of control, lost my goddamn mind. And the same thing happened today. I'm sitting at the couch. I'm drinking a drink. I see those feet and I'm like, shut your mouth hole right now. And as soon as I saw that blue face, I literally spit water out of my mouth and started screaming. So I'm not allowed to watch this shit at night anymore unless the house is empty. If the house is empty, cool. I can stay up all night. I can watch the streams. I can get involved. But I got to go to bed and wake up early to watch it because I'm not allowed to do that shit anymore. I woke up the whole house twice. Not allowed.
Gonna get a lot of noise complaints during Kenobi.
Oh my
God. Yeah.
And the funny thing is that shit might be playing like on a projector somewhere. I might have to go in the middle of nowhere with a Wi-Fi card and like literally put a projection on a rock so the neighbors don't hear me because that shit I'm gonna lose my mind.
I think there's a murder.
As soon as I see Christian Haydenson in clone armor, I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. Like it's over. It's over. So I really didn't. I don't know about you guys. I'm going to talk to X-Wing. I know it's late, but everybody's up anyway. I kind of enjoyed doing Boomer as a pre.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to talk to the boys and see what that's about. But I kind of dug being a pre because then it gets everybody pumped up for their next stream and for the watch parties, and then I can go to sleep while you guys
get up
do
early.
watch parties. I mean, I watch the watch parties after. Like I'll watch one right after this, just as I'm editing in the background. But yeah, there's too many great opinions going on. There's too much good shit getting talked about in those, and I get distracted by watching that and not watching the show, and I miss things. So for me, that's why I do these morning, for you guys afternoon out in the in Europe. It's an afternoon show for you guys on a Friday. So what better way to end the week? And for us, it's a good way to start, you know, the early afternoon, getting into the afternoon. So I like doing these posts because everybody's kind of watched it, and we can already have our formed opinions coming into them, have a little more dialogue, and watch it again. Because I'm going to watch it again and again and again and again anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
This episode's going to be watched a lot.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a couple more Easter eggs we haven't even really seen yet, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, man, I enjoy these. I'm going to continue to do them in the mornings as long as I don't have a work day. If I have a work day, then, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, as far as I'm going to try to get out here every Friday morning around 9 or 10. Give you guys in Europe the nice afternoon. Thanks for joining us, Blue. Sorry you're so quiet. But yeah, I'm going to try to do these for you guys and for us, and then maybe even a Saturday morning stream. We'll see. I'm going to start playing some Fallen Order now that they just dropped the new release. I'm going to, or the new PS5 update, even though I don't have one yet. I figure what a good time to start playing again. So I'm going to start streaming those maybe Saturday mornings. Maybe that'll be like Saturday morning cartoons, and it'll be Saturday morning following me mess up the gaming stream. So yeah, that's basically it for me. What do you guys, any other opinions or things you want to get out there?
Oh, what about the when Hunter is on the ground and he's getting sort of revived, I guess. Did you guys know what the sound was from?
No.
Was it Commander or whatever?
It was Republic Commando.
Yeah.
When you revive your squad mates, and the visor's also the same one in the game.
There you go. See, it's those little pearls, man.
Yeah. Dude, like I'm such a fan of the old Republic, the old Republic Commando game, and it's just great. These little details just make it so awesome.
But that's why it feels like Star Wars again, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. Is they're taking these little things from all the great stuff and they're giving them to us a piece at a time here. Not in big. It's not a big thing, but it's only stuff that sweaties will see.
Subtle but effective.
Yeah, for sure. Hunter trying to get a prepper shot. Yep. So I do have one more thing to say about Hunter. It's all right, Blue. No worries. I do think that Hunter is not used to using his blaster as much as he is his knives and being a close-to-close, hand-to-hand combat kind of guy. So that's just my take on it. I just feel like, yes, he uses blasters and he's accurate just like the rest of them. But more times than not, I feel like we see Hunter in the hand-to-hand close combat throwing his knife opposed to, and that's something I would have liked to seen, like maybe him not reaching for his blaster. Maybe this is a decoy as he's throwing a knife. I think that might have been more of a cool twist on who Hunter really is.
Yeah.
Because you see that more. You see his knife getting thrown across the room into stuff more than anything.
It's like the one scene in, I think it's Magnificent Seven or something. One of them has a knife up in his hair and he uses that in quick draws instead of a gun.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Something like that, even awesome. From the back or like from the side or on his leg. Anywhere. It would have been so cool to see him just hot pull a knife out and throw it as he's getting blasted back. And it ends up like slicing his cheek or something, missed but didn't miss. Instead of him hitting a droid, I felt like he was so outnumbered and they made Hunter look like such a fool. Oh yeah. In that instance, because it didn't even go over his shoulder. It didn't go anywhere near him. He hit the droid. Yeah. Like he was so outclassed in that moment. And I think that's going to be the undoing of, I think this is just writing the first line in what is going to be the demise of Cad Bane. I think
Yeah.
his arrogance, his ego
Yeah.
of beating up so many clones and using this moment in his head on how a clone is going to react when they're in a duel, that he's going to underestimate Boba. And that's what Boba's going to get the best of him.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel like that scene right there is so important. Just
Yeah.
that one little minuscule 3 minutes is so important to the future of Boba Fett and the Book of Boba. And I'm
Yeah.
going to end it there. So, last thoughts, gentlemen.
You want to start, Patrick?
No, okay, sure. So, just amazing episodes. Like I said earlier, I think it's full steam ahead from here. I mean, Omega's gone. As long as Omega's gone, we're going to be moving. We're not going to be stopping off at markets or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm really excited for future episodes. Really excited to see what happens with Crosshair now, seeing how he's all messed up. Just really in a great place.
Strike?
Yeah, dude. This episode today is like the last straw that I needed to see. I'm now 100% sure that Dave Filoni is right now building the Star Wars MCU basically. And yeah, I'm so hyped for the rest of Bad Batch and Book of Boba Fett. Everything. Give me everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, take my money. Just take my money. I agree. I think the SWU is coming together. The Filoni SWU is coming together, and I'm really all about it. The more I see of this man's creations, the more I want him at the helm. The more I think that George Lucas picked a perfect apprentice.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
And is the definition of what Yoda says, and X-Wing and I talk about this frequently. We are what they grow beyond. That's the true burden of a master. And that's exactly what George Lucas has given us. Found a worthy apprentice. He found somebody he could instill his legacy to. And he basically built an apprentice that is going to surpass his master.
Oh, yeah. Couldn't
And
think
I
of a
love
better
it.
fit.
And I
Yeah.
love it. And I'm so
Perfect.
excited. And everybody, I was watching Nerd Theory, or not Nerd Theory, I was watching Den of Nerds this morning, and they were giving Kathleen Kennedy a little too much love. And for me, Kathleen promoted the man that needed to be in charge to make Star Wars a success. She made a good business deal. She didn't make that deal from the heart. She made that deal because it was the best thing for the company and for her to not look foolish anymore. And all the praise goes to the master, the Grand Master, George Lucas, and he picked an amazing apprentice to take us into the future. So I thank George. I thank Dave. This has been a great week for Star Wars. Inquisitors show, all kinds of goodness. They continue to surprise us here with the Bad Batch. Thank you guys for coming on and giving us your opinion at the end. I love the community. So thank you guys. And as always, may the force be with you. We will see you Hangar Bay. I'm sure we'll see you on Boomer. And next week we'll do the same thing next Friday. So thank you guys for joining me. Have yourself a great weekend. And we'll see you on the Hangar Bay, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes. You too.
All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good one, guys. All right, gentlemen and ladies, if you're still with me, thank you for joining us. As always, it is a pleasure to hang out with you guys on a Friday morning after an amazing episode of The Bad Batch. So thank you all for joining us. And yeah, have a good Friday. Have a good Saturday. And we'll count you out.